Good day, viewers. Here in the shop with Walter today, and I thought I would do just a little bit of explaining in the way of the project that I'm currently working on. We'll start out by taking a look at my tripod. Now, my friends, before I can continue with what I was explaining, I got to stop a minute because I want to use this quick release on the demonstration. I'm going to stop a minute and cut that bolt off. And just in case it's got any sharp edges on it, basically what I did with this thing was drilled a hole right through my quick release and put a bolt on there. I'll show you what it does here in a minute. So we want to mount this to my tripod. We're going to mount the camera to the tripod. Let's do that. All right, my friends, I like to repurpose things. Take this, for example. It was came with a taillight kit for putting a taillight on my boat trailer that I never used. So I just heated the plastic and bent it around like that. My tripod comes with, this is part 3 of how to do my teleprompter, by the way, so don't get confused. I just thought I would back up and discuss what we're working on here a little bit. Now, this quick release comes with your tripod. Most people have different types of tripods. Mine is Sunburst 7500 TM. Well, I had this designed. I drilled a hole in the other quick release and bolted this booger bear right to the top of that quick release. This was a project sometime in the past. And basically what it boiled down to was, let me set that up there where it'd be more level. You set your cell phone in there. I always like to do my rail panning in a horizontal pattern for rail panning. So when it's on the tripod, you could just pivot it around and use your cell phone right there on the tripod. But I couldn't find any more of these quick releases, so I took the quick release off of there. Sure would be nice to have another one, because I wanted to show you. Anyway, this piece here fits down inside the tripod and locks, so it holds your camera without falling off your tripod. Now I've got the camera mounted on my board with a new latch that I made. The latch is simply a wooden dooflunker. Gotta loosen the bolt. Pivot it around like that and you can take your camera right back off of the tripod. Now I gotta tighten it back. See how it fits under the lip right here on the bottom of the tripod? If your tripod has got the same head on it, you could build something similar. But most likely you'll have to design something of your own making if you want to make a teleprompter on this angle. This is strictly a prototype. When we get done, everybody will know how to make one, providing it actually works. My camera is probably mounted too low, but I got it solid on there. See, this picture frame is my my tablet. So I've got a program software for an app on my cell phone for running a program for Teleprompter. And basically, you can write a script and it will run it right up the screen. Your teleprompter has a piece of glass like this at a 45-degree angle. And as that script goes across here, the reflection is coming off that glass. Somebody pointed out the fact that the text would be backwards looking in the mirror. And it will be. You don't have to read backwards though. The app turns the words around for you. So let's get to working on part 3 today. I just want to give you a general notion of what we're working with here, without dragging it out to too great lengths. But right about here over is going to be sawed off. My teleprompter is only going to be about this long. But it sure does fit on there nice and steady. So far I've got, I don't know, $2 or $3 in this piece of wood. Nuts and bolts come out of my scrap bin. You can't count anything for that. I got a couple dollars in picture frames and picture glass. A real teleprompter has a better reflective glass in it, and you can buy one for $30 or $40. But if I can get it to reflect out of a $1 store glass frame, that's what we're going to do. A lot of people out there are making teleprompters using them. There's a lot of different types of teleprompters out there that you can make. Mine is definitely a prototype of its own. We need to give that booger bear a name. Let's get to work on something else. Thought I'd show you what went wrong last night on part 2. I had this wooden duplex made to clamp. Turn it around the right way. Clamped underneath. Clamped underneath the head like that. And that bolt went through the board. But when I got done, I couldn't undo the latch. That's the lock that you lock your camera in there with. So I had to go back and to the drawing board. And last night, this is what I come up with. I made a longer latch that'll reach around here and lock up underneath there. Bolted it to the bottom of my board with some junk bolts. I glued this piece on so it's nice and solid. So you just put that booger bear on there, lock it, put your camera on there, and you in business, Jack. Basically, you quick release bolts right on the bottom of the camera like that. When I designed this one to go on my cell phone mount, I had to drill a hole through here and put a bolt, and the bolt was sticking up. That's why I went ahead and cut the bolt off, because I didn't want it sticking up in front of my lens on this camera here. Anybody know where I can get one of these quick releases? I sure need another one. Set this right back up here for a minute without the camera. It's a rainy day today. I'm not getting a lot of construction done. I'm going to build a frame to hold a recessed frame to hold my tablet on there. From here down it'll be sawed off. Let's get just an idea here. Most of you got it already. We've got to attach this to it. Probably come up with some sides. The camera is going to be sitting right here. If you have to change the height of it on your camera, or if I have to raise mine up and down, I can put a block of wood under it and just make it higher with a few little odds and ends, some kind of junk hardware. We've got to cut a hole in here and mount our piece of glass to it. Overall, when we're done, we'll take a cloth or something to drape over here to darken all this area back here. If it don't work, it won't be because Walter didn't try. Not a whole lot accomplished in today's video other than just explaining my project a little better than I have to date. I'm going to go upstairs and work on producing a video for y'all. We need a name for this contraption. Walter's Lite Prompter. Probably ain't many Lite Brites around, and you wouldn't have to use a Lite Brite. You can use a cardboard box with a wooden frame bolted in it. You don't need no great expense tied up in it. You could just build a wooden frame with the hold of glass, cover everything with a cloth. But that's kind of jury rigging something. We want to do it neat as possible. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. We've got a lot of storms supposed to be coming in this afternoon. So this Pwalpar advising all my viewers, keep your powder dry. We're out of here.